Hello everyone, welcome to GSS Core. This is Ajay Shah. So let's start the discussion of 10 MCQs from current affairs. So this is the first question for you, and the first question is about C40 cities. Now the first statement says it is a network of world's mega cities committed to addressing climate change. So this statement is correct. C40 is about climate change. Now the second statement says C40 cities are involved in actions that reduces global greenhouse gas emission. So this statement is also correct. Both the statement 1 and 2 are correct. Now some validation. So what is C40? C40 is nothing but it is a network of world's mega cities, and all mega cities are committed to address climate change. Now C40 supports cities to collaborate effectively, share knowledge, and drive meaningful, measurable, and sustainable action on climate change. Now around the world, C40 cities connect 94 of the world's greatest cities to take bold climate action, leading the way towards a healthier and more sustainable future. Now C40 cities are taking actions that reduces global greenhouse gas emissions, and together C40 member cities combine community emissions which represent 2.4 GT of carbon dioxide. Now, if we talk about the concept of chair, then chair is the elected leader of the organization, and chairmanship of this chair is rotating position, which has been held to date by the city mayors. That's all. We'll move to the next question. Now this question is about Asiatic Lion Conservation Project. Now the first statement says the project will focus on the conservation efforts of Asiatic lions in Gir range only. So this statement is correct. Now the second statement says the project envisages involvement of communities for disease control and veterinary care for conservation efforts. So this statement is also correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Now let's talk about Asiatic Lion Conservation Project. So Asiatic Lion Conservation Project has been launched by Union Ministry of Environment. And if you talk about the Asiatic lion, then that is endemic to Gir landscape of Gujarat. And it is one of the 21 critically endangered species identified by the ministry for taking care up in recovery programs. Now this project envisages scientific management with involvement of communities in coordination with multi-sectoral agencies for disease control and veterinary care for overall conservation of Asiatic lion. Now there will be additional ICT measures like GPS based tracking system. Then we will have automated sensor grid like magnetic sensor, the night vision capability enhancement, and apart from that there will also be GIS based real-time monitoring analysis and report generation system. That's all. Now question number 3. So this question is on Barasingha. So hard ground swamp deer, that is Barasingha. The first statement says it is the state animal of Uttar Pradesh. So this statement is wrong because Barasingha is the state animal of Madhya Pradesh, not Uttar Pradesh. The second statement says it has been listed vulnerable in IUCN Red List of threatened species. So this statement is correct. So only B is the correct, only 2 is the correct answer. So B will be the correct answer here. Now some validation. So what is Barasingha? Barasingha is one of the rarest species of deer families, which basically is spread across central and northern India. Now this deer is native to India and Nepal, and Barasingha is also known as swamp deer, and it is a state animal of Madhya Pradesh, and it has been listed as vulnerable in IUCN list of threatened species. Now Kanha Tiger Reserve spread over the Mandla and Balaghat district of Madhya Pradesh is the only place in the world where the species exist. It is located in the Maikal range of Satpura Hills, and it is spread over Mandala and Balaghat district of Madhya Pradesh. And it is also the first tiger reserve in India which has officially introduced a mascot, that is Bhur Singh the Barasingha. That's all. Now question number 4. So question number 4 is a purely technical factual question. It has 2 columns. The first is about energy storage system and second talks about the category. Fine. So compressed air energy storage system, this is basically a mechanical storage. Fine, in the category. Then if you talk about the superconducting magnetic energy, then it is nothing but it is electrical storage. Then if you talk about chilled water storage, then chilled water storage is a thermal storage, and power to gas storage is a chemical storage. So which option will be the correct answer? Option number A will be the correct answer here. So now this is question number 5, and this is on Guru Ghasidas National Park in Chhattisgarh. Fine. So let us read the statement. The first statement says Guru Ghasidas National Park in Chhattisgarh is the first tiger reserve. So this statement is wrong because this is not the first tiger reserve in Chhattisgarh, but it is the fourth tiger reserve in Chhattisgarh. Now the second statement says the National Tiger Conservation Authority approves declaration of a tiger reserve in India. So this statement is correct. So only B will be the correct answer. Now some validation. So Chhattisgarh state is said to have Guru Ghasidas National Park in Kotia district as its fourth tiger reserve. Now National Tiger Reserve Authority has approved to declare Guru Ghasidas National Park as tiger reserve in 2014. Emphasis was to lead on increasing the number of tigers in Chhattisgarh, and their safety measures like radio collaring system, then tiger safety, as well as resettlement of more and more cheetahs. Now at present there are 3 tiger reserves in the state of Chhattisgarh. That is Achanakmar Tiger Reserve in Bilaspur. Then we have Udanti Sita Nadi Tiger Reserve in Garia Band. And then we have Indravati Tiger Reserve in Bijapur district of Chhattisgarh. Now the sixth question. So the question is about Brown to Green Report 2019. The first statement says it has been published by United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So this statement is incorrect because this report has been published by Climate Transparency Partnership, which is an international research collaboration. Now second statement says the report presents a comprehensive review of G20 countries' climate performance. So this statement is correct. Since only 2 is correct, so B will be the correct answer. Now some value addition. So Brown to Green Report 2019. This report is the most comprehensive review of G20 countries' climate performance, mapping achievements and drawbacks in their efforts to reduce emissions, adapt to climate change impact, and also the green financial system. Now let us see some findings of the report. So as per the report, carbon emissions from the world's 20 biggest economies, including India, are rising. Now the report also says that none of the G20 countries have plans that will help them achieve the target. And report says that many of the current 2030 climate change target under Paris climate are very, very weak. Now it also says that energy supply is not getting cleaner with time. And while renewable energy, which now accounts for 25.5% of the power generation, and the report says that this much renewable energy is not sufficient to outweigh the growth of emissions from the fossil fuel resources. Now report also says some India specific observation. For example, the report says that among the G20 countries, India has the most ambitious targets under Paris climate. However, it still needs to go for some real action to prepare the different sectors for stringent emissions protection. It also says that in the power, India is currently investing most in renewable energy, while Brazil and Germany are the only G20 countries with long-term renewable energy strategies. It also says that India and China are among the G20 countries with the most progressive energy efficiency policies. So we'll move to the next question. Now this question is about the recent death of migratory birds in Sambar Lake. Fine. So let us read the first statement. The first statement says the death of these birds have been due to botulism. Fine. So this statement is correct. The second statement says the botulism is a serious bacterial neuromuscular illness that occurs only in birds. So that's not correct because this botulism can occur both in human beings and in animals. Third statement says Sambar Lake is the India's largest inland saltwater lake. So this is very easy. This is correct. So C will be the correct answer. Now some validation. So why this was in news? Because recently 17,000 migratory birds have died so far in the country's largest inland saltwater lake near Jaipur due to botulism, which is a serious and fatal illness that affects the nerves. But initially it was suspected that birds died due to avian flu, but the report from a laboratory in Bhopal has ruled out this, and the symptom indicate that the cause of death was botulism. Now what is this avian botulism? So avian botulism is a serious neuromuscular illness of birds which is caused by a toxic. Now this avian botulism has been recognized as a major cause of mortality in wild birds since 1990s. And this botulinum is a natural toxin produced by bacteria known as Clostridium botulinum, and it produces a toxin when it starts reproducing. Now this bacteria is commonly found in our soil, then river, and also in seawater, and it affects both human beings and animals, but the variety of toxin is different in animals and human beings. That's all. Now this question is on National Clean Air Program. The first statement says it is the first ever national framework for air quality management with time bound reduction targets. So this statement is right. The second statement says it aims to 30% reduction in particulate matter 2.1 and particulate matter 10 in all the cities by 2024. So this statement is wrong because it aims for 20 to 30% reduction in particulate matter concentration in 100 to non-attainment cities across 23 states and union territories by 2024. So only A is the correct answer here. Now some value addition. So what is this National Clean Air Program? National Clean Air Program is the first ever effort in the country to frame a national framework for air quality management with a time-bound reduction targets. Now let us see some important features of this National Clean Air Program. So some important features are that it aims to achieve a national level target of 20 to 30% reduction of PM 2.5 and PM 10. Fine. Please correct here. It is 2.5, not 2.1. And apart from this, Central Pollution Control Board will execute this nationwide program in convergence with the Air Prevention and Control Pollution of Act 1986. Now this program has been launched with the initial budget of 300 crore for the first 2 years, and this plan includes 102 non-attainment cities across 23 states and union territories, which were identified by Central Pollution Control Board on the basis of their ambient air quality data between 2011 to 2015. Now what is this non-attainment cities? So non-attainment cities are those cities which have been consistently showing poorer air quality than the national ambient air quality standards, and this includes cities like Delhi, Varanasi, Bhopal, Kolkata, Noida, Muzaffarpur and Mumbai. Now, as part of the program, the center also is planning to scale up the air quality monitoring network across India, and at least 4,000 monitors are needed across the country instead of existing 101 real-time air quality monitors as per the analysis. Now, this national plan has also proposed setting up of an apex committee, and that apex committee will be under Environment Minister. A steering committee will be there under Environment Secretary. A monitoring committee will be there under a Joint Secretary, and there would be project monitoring committees at the state level with scientists and trade personnels. That's all. Now, this question is on some resolutions. Fine. So the first statement says. The question says which of the following resolution piloted by India were adopted by UNEA. So the first is resolution on single-use plastic. That is correct. Second is resolution on sustainable nitrogen management. That's also correct because both of these resolutions were initiated by India. Now so option number C will be the correct answer. Now some validation. So resolution on single-use plastic. This resolution notes the important role of key sectors such as plastic producers, retailers, and the consumers good industry, as well as importers. Apart from this, it also take into note about packaging firms, then transport firms, recyclers, and it is expected them to contribute to the reduction of plastic waste arising from their products and activities, as well as to provide information on the impacts arising from their products and encourage innovative approaches such as use of extended producer responsibility scheme, deposit refund schemes, and other initiatives. This resolution, that is a resolution on single plastic, it also welcomes the global efforts to raise awareness about the negative impacts of plastic pollution. And in that regard, it appreciates the 2018 World Environmental Day, which was held under the theme of beating plastic pollution, and India was its global host. Now, if we talk about the resolution on sustainable nitrogen management, then the resolution recognizes the multiple pollution threats resulting from the reactive nitrogen with adverse effect on the terrestrial, freshwater and marine environment. It also talks about the contribution towards air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions, while it also acknowledges the benefits of the nitrogen. Now, this resolution calls for options to facilitate better coordination of policies across the global nitrogen cycle at the national, regional, and global levels, including consideration of case to establish an intergovernmental coordination mechanism on nitrogen policies based primarily on existing network and platforms, and consider the case for developing an integrated nitrogen policy which could enhance the gravity of common cause between multiple policy domains. That's all. Now, this is the last question for you, and this question is on India Cooling Action Plan. Now, the first statement says this document addresses cooling requirements across sectors and lists out action which can help reduce the cooling demand. So, this statement is correct. Now, the second statement says India is the second country in the world to develop such a document. So, this statement is wrong because India is not the second country, but India is the first country. Now, let us see, this is third statement. Okay. So, third statement says its goals include reducing of cooling demands across sectors by 20 to 25% by the year 2037 to 2038. So, this statement is also correct. Since we have to choose incorrect statement, so 2 will be the correct answer, option number B. Now, some validation. So, India is the first country in the world to develop such a document which addresses cooling requirements across sectors and lists out the actions which can help reduce the cooling demand. Now, overarching goal is to provide sustainable cooling and thermal comfort for all while securing environmental and socio-economic benefits for the society. Now, if you talk about the objectives of India Cooling Action Plan, then objectives are like assessment of cooling requirements across the sector in the next 20 years. Then there will be mapping of technologies which are available to cater the cooling requirement. Then also there will be suggestive interventions in each sector to provide for sustainable cooling, and also there will be development of R&D innovation ecosystem. So that's all for today. I hope you liked the class. Please like and subscribe our channel for more such videos. Thank you very much. Thank you.